Hey folks, welcome back to another video. Today it's about the new Spectral devices of Bitwig Studio, and you have to buy them separately from your currently running Bitwig license. And we have 4 new devices called Frequency Split, we have Transient Split, and we have Harmonic Split, and we have Loud Split. And all of these devices work kind of in the same way because they work in the spectral domain. And they also split the signal into different FX boxes, as you can see here. And you can then treat these individual boxes with VST plugins or audio effects from Bitwig Studio, of course, to tweak your audio signal. Everything is live or in real time, but you have to make sure that you watch basically your latency on the left side, because some of these devices introduce a lot of latency. So it's probably pretty hard to play piano while filtering here heavily signals, okay? So a short overview of what these devices do and how they work, because they kind of work in the same way. So we have on the left side always a graph where you can change the analysis part of what you want to select from your audio signal. And then we can also change where all these selected parts go. For instance, here the red lines are selected frequencies that go into the red box. Everything that's blue in here goes into the blue box, and everything that's yellow goes into the yellow box, and so on. And then you can tweak basically this graph here and change what gets selected. So we can use this dot here and move around, and you can see the blue zones and the yellow zones move over your frequency spectrum, which says the content in here changes. So you select different parts of your frequency spectrum, and then you can treat this here differently, and then you get some nice effects. For instance, without using here any additional devices, you can make a nice frequency spreader. So let's say we split here the signal into 4 bands. So you can see we have 4, but we increase this to maybe 190, let's say. So everything that's red in here, every red line goes into the red box. So we say everything that's red, every red frequency goes to the left channel. Everything that's blue goes to the right channel. So we have a nice stereo effect. Or we filter out everything that's not red. So maybe switch this here to post. As you can see, we have now some kind of filter here. So without using any additional devices here, it's just a filter. It's kind of a filter where you can select frequencies and make pretty steep cuts, actually. So for instance, here I made a preset for that you can download in the Bitwig library. It's called a Spectral filter. And you have here a remote control, and you can move between low pass and high pass. You can see here, it's a pretty steep cut, right? Because it's spectral and it sounds a bit unnatural. And if you don't like that, then you have to probably use a normal EQ, or you can use here the crossfade amount. And the crossfade amount basically takes in more surrounding frequencies and make the slope a bit more smoother here. Okay, then I have here a spectral panner. it's basically everything frequency here goes to a different box, and then I have some diffusion on there, and you can move it around, and yeah, a lot of options actually to make the signal wide. So maybe bring this here back to the default. So yeah, all these devices work kind of in the same way. You tweak the graph, what goes into the boxes, and then you use the boxes and tweak the signal even more. Okay, so the next one here is transient split. Actually, it splits the signal into transients and tonal parts. If you just want to put distortion on the transients on drums, you can do that here pretty easily. And here again on the left side, you can tweak basically what gets selected or how the analyzer works. You can also prefer here, for instance, attack sounds or the tails. And then there's also your blend. You can only listen to the transients here or only to the tonal parts and blend between the two. It's basically the same as just putting this down, or it's just one knob for both volume knobs. And then you can use the transient box and the toned box, right? So probably nice on drums, but also maybe on piano sounds where you want to soften the piano attack maybe, or something like this. So I'm pretty sure you come up with some nice ideas. Then we have a harmonic split. And harmonic split, it's all about harmonic content. So you have like a box here for the fundamental frequencies, harmonics, and the non-harmonics, which is probably noise or something that's not tonal. So you can remove all the noise from your sound here. Or only listen to the noise parts. Or only the fundamental frequencies. And there's also your filter. You can say you want to have the fundamental and also every fifth harmonic, for instance. And then here in this box goes everything that's not every fifth harmonic. And then you have some threshold here and also low pass, high pass to select where you want to select something. And it's probably best on monophonic sounds where you have like a clear harmonic in there or harmonics and fundamental frequencies in there. But can be also nice on this polyphonic content here and see what you get out of it, right? There's also a threshold here. And if you pull this all the way down, it goes to automatic. Also on the left side, in the inspector, you can change the maximum recognized harmonics. You can also use this as a filter if you want to. Maybe I show this later with a polysynth. And also the spectrum display goes to post and pre. And I think all of these devices have spectrum display pre and post. Okay, then we have here the last one is called loud split. And as the name says, it splits the signal into loud and quiet parts and also everything in between. So you can say I want to listen only to the quiet sounds, and everything that's quiet is below this threshold here. And then you can say you want to amplify these quiet signals, make them louder if you want to. Or turn down the loudest parts and see what you get. So again, here you can select or change how this device selects frequency bands. You can also change it to smoothing. You have a relative loudness mode and an absolute loudness mode. You can change the fall off of what gets selected, so it's not so much spectral sounding. So you can smooth this out if you want to. There's also a tilt here where you can change the tilt of the EQ curve before the signal goes into the analyzer to tweak it even further. And then you can put here, of course, again, something on the loud parts only, maybe distortion on the loud parts or only a limiter on the loud parts, and just leave all the mid and the quiet parts alone, out of the equation, out of the distortion, out of the limiter, if you want to. So a lot of possibilities to actually select frequencies and tweak them or treat them. So here I have a phase 4 synth of Bitwig Studio and some modulations already on there, so it's a bass sound. So nothing special. And we can use here a frequency split and just select some frequencies. So maybe let's say we want to keep the bass in here. I have the splits at 4, everything at 0, more or less. So we want to keep the bass in. So this is only the sub. And maybe here, let's say the yellow ones. So right, you can use then here a ramp and maybe use this as a spectral filter, and it has this nice spectral sound, if you like that actually. So back and 4 is basically this one here. Or maybe use an step mod here actually. Using step mod. Something like this. And then use the smoothing. Maybe clone this here and modulate here this one. Maybe use the spectral limiter. And then put the limiter at the end here. So you can see just here with the spectral limiter, you can balance out a bit of the noise you create maybe here with the phase 4 and then act on that. Maybe a little different sound here. Let's see. So yeah, it's nice, really nice for these type of bass sounds. Because you get these steep cuts, right? These typical spectral steep cuts in the frequencies. Okay, in this example, you have one of my generative patches. Just playing some bells or some random sounds. And then we can use your loud split and just select mute everything. The quiet parts here and the middle parts, just the loud parts, and then everything that passes this line gets submitted to this loud box here instead of everything. And only on these rare occasions you just put your reverb. So you can use this basically as a frequency selector and only put everything that's selected in here to a reverb instead of the whole complete signal, right? Maybe put a little delay on that. Or put a different delay on the mid part. Or reverb on the mid part. So these devices make a lot of sense if you combine this, of course, with the rest of the ecosystem of Bitwig Studio. So now we have on the loud parts here of these, on this one, just delay. And here we have a reverb. Let's listen to the quiet parts here. So yeah, we can leave them out. Maybe change the rise signal, or the rise part. So the attack phase is not that hard. And the fall off. It's basically when a signal passes this line here, how long it takes to pick up with the rise and how long the frequencies persist after it doesn't exceed anymore and fall off then. We can smooth out or make it completely percussive. So in this example here we have some drums by Addictive Drums. Okay, and maybe let's listen to the quiet parts here. Can you hear there's a lot of noise? So we can just mute this and make it quiet or completely remove the noise. So it's nice to remove some noise from drum sounds, drum samples, just by using the threshold and muting the quiet parts. Maybe put distortion only on these parts. Oh, maybe a transient shaper. So a lot of interesting possibilities to actually try out and see what comes out of it. So let's try out your transient split on these drums. And I play around here with a blend between transients and tonal part, and maybe also here with the analysis part, and you can see how it sounds. So reverb only on the tones, and the transients get some distortion. So a lot of possibilities also in this with this device. Okay, so here we have some vocals.
I just wanna hold you close, close to me.
You can see here the fundamental and all the overtones, the harmonics. We can say now,
With you.
remove the harmonics.
Don't wake me up from this fantasy. I just wanna feel your touch.
Now only listen to the overtones here.
I just wanna be with you.
And then you can use your maximum harmonics and can say we only want to have the first 4 overtones. Or 5. You can see now we have only the first or the second overtone here. Or switch it off.
I just wanna be with you. Even
So now we can put maybe here a reverb only on the harmonics and leave the fundamental completely untouched.
I just wanna hold you close, close to me.
And also all these breath sounds, noises and so on, you leave completely out of the reverb.
I just wanna hold you
All this stuff.
I just wanna hold you close, close to me.
So only the clean harmonics go into the reverb. It's probably better than just using a pre-filter, pre-low cut and or high pass, low pass. Yeah, so nice use case for that. Then we have the fundamental here, of course. We can do something with that. For instance, we can use a tree monster. And the tree monster basically tries to find a sine partial or a root fundamental frequency in a voice. But here we clearly just deliver a clean sine wave to begin with. So it's just a sine partial, right?
I just wanna hold you close.
Super clean.
Close to me.
So we pitch this down 1 octave. So we get these vocals, we get the fundamental frequency, recognize this with the tree monster, pitch the sine partial down, and then maybe mix it with the original.
I just wanna hold you close, close to me. I just wanna lay with you. Don't wake me.
It's almost like a second singer that sings in the background just 1 octave lower. Then we can do some fun things. For instance, because this is a clean sine partial, you can use your note grid, for instance, in there. I haven't tried this before. Delete this. We need an audio in. So we get this clean sine partial here, right? We get this. And then we can use the zero crossings module. Basically takes in a sine partial and turns it into a frequency because it measures the distance between one zero crossing to the next zero crossing, which is then probably the frequency. We put this out here to a note out, and we also use a follower, an audio wave follower here. And we use this as a trigger for the gate, and because it's probably too low in signal, we use a gain in front of that. And then we can use a polysynth here at the end. Let's try this.
I just wanna hold you close, close to me. I just wanna lay with you. Don't wake me up from this fantasy.
Not perfect.
I just wanna feel your touch once again. I just wanna be with you.
We probably have to mix this here with the original signal. It's actually not possible, right?
I just wanna hold you close, close to me.
Yeah, it gets in the right direction.
Up from this fantasy. I just wanna feel your touch once again.
So we can mix this here, of course, with the original signal. Maybe put your reverb on this.
Up from this fantasy. I just wanna feel your touch once again. I just wanna be with you.
Yeah, it's not perfect, but with a bit of filtering, maybe and finding the sweet spot, you can make something like this happen. So yeah, that's it for this video, I think, just to give you a rough overview over all these devices and what you can do with it. So there's a lot of potential, and there will be probably a lot of more videos on this channel, and there will be also for each individual device a video on my Bitwig guide channel where I go into these parameters, what they do, and I will upload these videos in the next days. So there will be also probably a lot of informational videos on the Bitwig channel itself. I also put a link in the description, but you probably already saw these. And I will be streaming today, probably. So yeah, maybe leave a like and also subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I see you in the next video. Bye.